Good morning, students. Today we are going to revise our lesson, that is the feminist movement. In that, the feminist movement faced many problems. To combat the new problems, the second wave come in which second wave attempted to combat the social pressure on the women suffrage. Similarly, in the third wave of feminism included the new campaigns for women with greater influence in politics. In fact, writer Virginia Woolf, in her book, had highlighted some of the major issues and problems which were faced by the women who were getting socially boycotted in that society. Even Elizabeth Stanton had raised the voice for this new movement, in which she demanded the voting rights for women. The second wave of feminist activities began in 1960s, which led to the campaign which started with cultural and political influence, and important women health was also there involved. Thus, United States healthcare system was failing, and male control over the society had increased. In this situation, the measures for the government was taken from government side. Thus, in this, the American President J.F. Kennedy decided to abolish the gender discrimination. U.S. Congress passed the Equal Pay Act. The Congress passed Equal Pay Act in 1963, and out of concern for the weaker bargaining position for women also. Thus, this Equal Pay Act may not pay lower wages to employees of one gender that it pays to the employees of the other also within that same establishment with equal skill, responsibility, and similar working conditions. So in these conditions came up with the issue was the Civil Rights Act of 1964, in which President Lyndon B. Johnson on July 2nd, 1964 came up. This act was a landmark piece of legislation in the United States. It outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, and gender. It ended unequal application and racial segregation in the schools also. Before this become a law, women had been treated less value in the employment field. So a woman and a man could have worked at the same place doing the same amount of work. So for that, the equal pay was the main demand, and you can a main approach at that time related to all the movements and government orders. So the role of now was also becoming very dominant at that time. It was the National Organization for Women, in a feminist organization which was founded in June 30, 1966 at Washington DC by 28 people who came to attend the third national conference. In this, the founder members included Betty Friedan, who was also the first president of NOW. There were many influences contributing from NOW. The President Commission of Status of Women was established, thus hoping to provide what they wanted to. They were hoping to provide the main demand of the organization to take the action of the violence against women, constitutional equality, end of racism, economic justice. A number of southern states refused to ratify the Civil Rights Act. But then also, it come into the establishment and encouraged the members to participate in marches and economic boycott. Thus, now picked up before the United States, the feminists disrupted the hearing demand, and thus the Equal Rights Amendment Act was also passed. So, in this brief analysis I'm doing over, you can also understand it in life class. Also, we'll discuss it. So, ERA was proposed for amendment of United States Constitution. It passed both the houses of Congress and went to the state legislature for its ratification. ERA failed to receive the requisite number of state ratification, 38 before final deadline set by the Congress in June 30. The simple passing amendment in two houses of Congress did not mean the work was finished. Now try to direct the efforts of getting amendment ratified. Thus, amendment has clear-cut way to eliminate legal the gender-based discrimination in the United States. So the feminist organization continued to work at federal and state level under ERA. There even came up with the social impact. The feminist movement have put a social impact, and this now had also provided a social impact on the society, which helped the women to attain importance in the Western nations. They got Equal Pay Act. They got society to demand. They can raise their voice the women empowerment was raised up. So the movements of like feminist movement, the first wave, second and third wave, as we have already read now, so it provided a base, a uniform pattern for the woman to work in employment field and to get respect, honor, and equal rights in their working welfare condition. So in this situation now we are completing our lesson, as we have completed the topic. Today again I am giving you some materials related to this chapter, to this lesson. So please do it and follow it. Okay, we are going to do the question answers related to the lesson from inside, short questions, some long questions, mix I am giving you. Very important, do revise it. Previous class also I have given, this class also I am giving you. So do revise it. Okay students, thank you.